Howdy. Today we're doing something a little different. I am from coastal Mississippi, and we've been celebrating Mardi Gras here for a very long time. Most people think Mardi Gras is just a day, Fat Tuesday. That's not the case. It's an entire season. And the season starts on January 6th, Epiphany, or All Kings Day. And that's when the Mardi Gras season starts. And we celebrate it here in Mardi Gras land with a king cake. That's the first king cake of the season, All Kings Day. So today we're going to make a king cake. And I'm a pretty good cook, but I'm not that good. So we are traveling today to a friend's house who is a caterer and a cake baker. And she is going to make us some king cakes to celebrate the end of the Mardi Gras season. All right, we have made our journey and we are in the kitchen of a master chef, and she's going to introduce herself and tell you a little bit about the history of king cakes. We have another helper who's going to be with us, and she is going to work with Miss Mary and do what she's told to do. As of now, I am turning this over to the people who know what they're doing.
Good afternoon. The king cake we're making today is not the brioche standard king cake. So many of the king cakes are very sweet with all of the extra sugar and all of the egg yolks. I prefer a more bready king cake. It's truer to the tradition of king cakes being made whenever the oat stores were getting lower. There weren't a lot of fresh fruits. There weren't a lot of dried fruits, for that matter, to go into them, and it was a very simple bread with cinnamon, because there was always cinnamon, with very little sugar in it. I've done the mise en place already for that. Mise en place means stuff in place. In the mixing bowl is 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. There are 2 eggs. There's another cup of flour to be added later. 6 tablespoons of butter, diced up. For the filling, there's 8 ounces of cream cheese and a cup of powdered sugar. And then for the drizzle icing on the top, there's powdered sugar and milk. And it's a life hack for today. You know the little medicine cups that you get your medicine in, your cough syrup and your liquid, your liquid anti-inflammatories? Use that. It has all kinds of teaspoon measurements on it if you want to get stuff done up ahead of time. You don't have to prop a teaspoon up on the side of a cup trying to keep it level. So anyways, with that being said, my helper today and I are going to get started. I have the paddle attachment on the mixer already, and she's going to back up.
Take a few steps back. There you go. Again, it's not a cooking show, so we're not going to put you through watching all of the various cooking things that are happening.
Okay.
Some of this is, yeah, there she goes.
Just dump it in.
Some of this is about why we have a king cake. And as Mary said, the original king cakes were actually pretty plain. They weren't filled with sugar and fruit and all that. It was a celebration of the last day of Mardi Gras, which the next day is Ash Wednesday and begins the Lent season. And when we finish, we'll talk about babies and beans in the cake.
Yeah. All right, so now we have a nice smooth dough. All of the ingredients are incorporated together. It comes from the side of the bowl pretty easy, and we're just going to turn it out and knead it a little bit. Not much, but you've got to get your hands in it. So just going to turn it here. Here you go. Have at it. To knead it, fold it in half and push it, and turn it the other way and fold it in half again and push it, and fold it in half and push it with the palm of your hands. Because the thing about a king cake is that it's not really a king cake, it's really bread. So take both your hands, get it to where it's comfortable, push it with your palm. There you go. There you go. And fold it in half that way. Bring it towards you. Push it with your palm. There you go. You got a good spread on it. It is warm. And what does it smell like? It smells like yeast, right? It smells like bread.
Because it is bread.
Since this any bread, even if it is king cake, you want to look at it. What you're doing is you're stretching out those protein fibers that are called gluten. You really don't want to, you want just enough flour on your board to be able to work the bread. And I'm not a bread maker, so all of this is rudimentary. But you want it to feel soft like a baby's bottom. And you want it to be smooth too. Feel that. Oh, and at this point, our dough is all kneaded. And we're going to put it in an oil bowl and let it rest for an hour. And that's it.
All right. As Mary said earlier, king cake isn't truly a cake, it's actually a bread. The dough has risen, and now it's time to roll it out and stuff it.
All right, so we're getting it out. It's sat in the refrigerator for an hour rising. We're going to punch it down, make it flat. Going to cut it in half because we're making 2 small king cakes this size. This is your little biscuit pan that you get from your local dollar store. And my helper here is going to flour up her rolling pin and roll this one, or both of them, into rectangles that we can then fill. Go ahead. That one's yours.
Okay, so I just roll it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Do you know about rolling? When you roll something, people roll often from one side to another. They don't. Start from the middle and roll back, and middle and roll forward. You don't ever roll across it because then you're just going to crinkle up your dough in one spot.
My grandmother taught me that.
So
Making dumplings.
Yeah. We took that recipe, we made 2 smaller ones because when I was going to take a trip to Colorado soon, and the one that's going to Colorado, we've got to hide the baby. But it doesn't have to be a baby. Traditionally, it's a bean, because in February and March, whenever they had the king cakes generations ago, they didn't have plastic babies. They had beans, though. They had dried beans. Today, I'm afraid that I have eaten the bean. So what we're going to hide is a pecan. And not just any pecan that came off the tree in the back of the house. So we're sending good juju with this pecan that I'm about to hide in the king cake. So the person that gets the pecan will have to provide the next king cake and will have extra prosperity for the household. So what we're doing is my helper here is going to take spoonfuls of this that is just confectioner's sugar and icing, and she's going to lop it on. Just like that. Go for it, girl. Okay. So we have the drizzle on the king cake. Look at that. And now it's time to put the sanding sugar on it. King cakes didn't originally have sanding sugar. As a matter of fact, they probably didn't have anything on them. Food historians say that the colors on the king cake started showing up around 1872 whenever the Duke of Russia came to visit. Because they came to visit New Orleans because they are the colors of the Duke of Russia. The purple stands for justice, the green stands for faith, and the gold stands for
Power.
power. And what we're going to do is you're going to take one and kind of turn it sideways and just put it on your cake. You can do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there.
And there you have it, a king cake, baked by a powerful young maiden, a very spiritual heart sister, and a simple country witch. May the blessings of sweetness and prosperity fill your home. Blessed be.